Hey guys, how you doing? I'm back in Cardiff again for some street photography, and I've got a guest with me this afternoon. He's chasing me around this. I'm trying to chasing me around this block here. Gary Gough. He's a bit of an expert with street photography, so I'm looking forward to doing a bit of a collab with him today. We did a sunrise photo shoot down Pembrokeshire this morning. That was a Cardigan, actually it was. That was really cool, so we're looking forward to having a wander around Cardiff and see if we can get some good shots. It's gone really, to be honest, it was really overcast, so we wasn't expecting to get much in the way of contrast, but now the sun's come out and it's gone really nice again. I'll apologise in advance because I've actually lost my GoPro on the way here. Don't know how I've done that, so I'm going to try and film the shots that I get with this camera as well, which is going to make it a bit difficult, bit of a challenge, but it should be good fun. I was actually going to try something a bit different as well with this street photography trip. I was going to try a different technique. It's something that I've sort of touched on in a few of my other videos, and it's called zone focusing. So zone focusing is basically where you have your camera preset, pre-focused to a certain range, and you're using the depth of field of your aperture to retain the focal distance. So what I'm going to do, because it's gone, I was going to say f8, but because it's gone really bright, I'm going to set the camera to f11. I'm going to pre-focus at 2 meters, and then hopefully that will give me the opportunity to catch really fast candid shots as they happen in front of the camera. I'm going to try and do that as much as possible, and obviously if I go into low light situations where I need to use perhaps f2.8 or f4, I don't think it's going to work reliably then, so I'm going to use my normal focus, recompose, actually select the focus area then. But up to then I'm going to set the camera up now, f8 or f11 depending on what the light meter's saying, 500th of a second. I'm going to leave the focal point focused at 2 meters and see how we get on. See you in a sec. That detail in the back there, I should be going crazy with focus peaking. F11 focus at 2 meters, it's not. I'm not really comfortable shooting without that, knowing that back wall sharp, so I'm going to focus on that back wall, probably focus on there. The F11 should be fine, and just wait for another person to enter the frame. Here on his phone, in the middle. So here I am with Gary Gough. We're in Cardiff, we're going to explore, do a bit of street photography, and yeah, so far so good. I've got my camera set up so that I'm shooting pre-focus f11 because it's nice and bright. Shutter speed of 500th of a second. I'm just looking for nice frames and for something to walk into the scene really. How would you set up your camera then? You're shooting with a DSLR?
I am today, yes. At the moment my go-to is shutter speed priority, but I do opt for amateur priority or sometimes fully automatic, but my go-to is shutter speed priority, and the reason why is because... How, mate?
Can I ask what you're filming on?
No, your business, mate. It's public.
No, it's not. It's private, actually.
What's private?
The street is private. We're in control of this area until 2031, I'm afraid.
Right,
okay?
it's public space.
It's public space, mate.
So what we're doing is public stuff.
It's not, unfortunately. You need permission to film on private property.
No, it's not
It's not
private
property.
Okay, it is, I'm afraid. Okay,
okay.
And you need to investigate that a bit further yourself if you need to.
Have you seen what we have to put up with sometimes?
Hello.
You hold a camera,
Yeah.
and you have to put up with this crap every now and
So if you
again.
don't mind, stop filming for me right
we
now.
do mind.
It's private property. It's not
Because we're
private
going to
property.
carry on.
Okay, you're
Call
going
the
to carry
police.
on then? Well, unfortunately I'm going to have to.
Okay.
Because unfortunately you're
All
not
right.
on public property.
So apparently we're on private property, which.
Are you not going to stop filming?
Oh, for goodness. So that was a bit interesting. We actually got told. One thing, one guy told us we couldn't film because it's private land, which it might be privately owned, but we got common rights, so we can really do anything we want on it. It's complete crap what he was saying. So I'm gonna have to look that up and be a bit more sure on that. But yeah, it's a bit of a sour taste at the start of the trip really though. But the other guy, there was another guy that came out and eventually sort of calmed the situation down. I walked off to see if, you know, I could make a phone call, see if I find out some information about the area, whether or not we can film or can do street photography in Cardiff city centre. Another guy came out and speak to Gary and kind of diffused the situation, saying that we can. He just wanted to know what we were doing. Gary calmed him down off camera, obviously, And yeah, the other guy's kind of walked off in a bit of a mood, I think, because he's lost his point. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting start, isn't it?
It's just the things that you have to put up with, don't you?
It is wrong though. It should be. People should be encouraged. I mean, it's, you know, tourists come in and they take photographs and video. I don't see the difference. I really don't. But a bit discouraging. But nonetheless, we're gonna soldier on and see if we can find some more shots. So, Gary, you're shooting with a DSLR, aren't you?
Part two.
Part two. Yeah, we'll try again. So, Gary's shooting with a DSLR. Tell me about how you set up your camera for street photography.
I don't have a set way as such. It's either shutter speed priority, aperture priority, or full manual if the lighting's a bit tough. But today, my go-to, if I'm perfectly honest, is shutter speed priority. ISO straight to aperture, and then all I have to give consideration to is whatever shutter speed I want. That means in a blink of an eye, I can obviously increase my shutter speed to freeze motion, or if I see something like a bike or a skateboarder whizzing past, just like that in the background. He looks a bit old to be on that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a big boy to be on that, isn't he?
Jeez.
People don't grow up. You're just jealous.
Yeah, but just at my fingertips then I just have the ability to slow my shutter speed right down and pan with them and try and, you know, either blur the background out or keep my camera still and blur them going through the scene.
Okay.
So that gives me maximum control, I suppose, in that situation.
Just one variable you've got to adjust to get any shot, basically.
That's correct.
Just adjust your shutter for whatever you do. So, what do you look for in a composition? How do you find a shot? What is your primary? What draws you to a photograph?
It can be anything. It can be colours. It can be shapes. It can be shadows. Opposites are good. It's very difficult to actually put down in camera what attracts you.
Yeah.
It's like now I'll challenge myself today. I might come out and just shoot and do a whole vlog on movement, for instance, in which case then I'll challenge myself to try and find things or people that are moving and then try and get them to interact with the scene in the background. That's important.
Yeah.
And I always say the important thing for me is to photograph somebody in a scene and not photograph somebody photograph a scene with somebody in it and not photograph somebody in a scene.
That's right, yeah. That's right, yeah.
And that's
as opposed to chasing someone around. Yeah.
Get your composition, get your frame, and then wait for something to happen.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. There's no right and wrong way about it.
There isn't. There's no rules.
No. It's about what works for you.
Exactly. It's about getting out, having fun, and getting some good images. All right, we're going to crack on. I think we're outside of the boundaries now, so we shouldn't. He did say that the boundaries kind of finish up here, so I don't know really what to make of it, but invisible boundaries. Anyway, we're outside that. We're going to wander around. Hopefully, we don't get any more aggression towards us. It wasn't very nice, so hopefully we won't get that again. Anyway, I'll see you in a second. I've left Gary photographing at the top of there. Got a bit frustrated with the shot that I couldn't get on with this model on the end of a window. I spotted some nice light cutting through a wall down here, so I'm going to run through. And what's happening is the sun is just coming through. I think it's bouncing off the side of this building. Because I don't quite understand where this harsh light's coming from, but it'd be really nice if I can get like a really strong diagonal line, with say sort of cutting through the half of someone. That'd be really cool. Might get it now actually. I'm not sure if I got here in time. See, the light's now faded now. That shadow, that light down there when I was at the top of the road there. There was a lady coming through here. Let's go again. So let's go 500 to second, F8, pre-focusing. The light's gone now. I don't think I got it right. I think what I don't like about the shot is when the light was there, it was cutting through, but it was joined in there. So when I was focusing on the lady coming through was there, and her head was here, which meant her body was there, literally just touching that pillar there, which kind of ruined the shot. If the light had been coming through here, it would have been brilliant. that light's come back now and there's a gent walking down the path here. And what I'm doing, I'm going to try and get in a bit closer, if you will. I think that one might be better. I've come a bit closer. That one might be better. Got the shot, but a bit of a schoolboy error. When I was at the top of the street trying to get the 15th of a second motion shots, I'd actually used on the Fujifilm X100F, there is a built-in ND filter, ideal if you want to try and slow the shutter down. And I'd put it on, he's shot, he's trying to take a picture. I'd put it on to allow me to get the 15th of a second. And then when I went down to take the photograph of that wall, I was looking at my settings and I had the shutter and I had my aperture where I thought would be bang on. And the ISO was at 6400 because I forgot to turn the ND filter off. Got the shot, but should be 6400 ISO. Spotted a girl walking down this alleyway and she started walking back the other way, but then she turned back and started walking towards me. And I was going to get her as a silhouette at the top of the frame, but she turned around and walked really, really close to me. And because she did that and I wasn't expecting to, I took a snap and I really liked the photograph, but because she did it so quick, I didn't know to see if there was anyone else coming down. Because she did it so quick, I didn't get a chance to get her entire sort of width, but she's really, really close to the frame, which I really like, and she's very pretty. She's got like a lovely sort of expression in the face, so the photograph's really, really cool. But I don't think I got quite enough of her in the shot. I do really, really like the photograph though. What an absolutely fantastic day. I've really, really enjoyed today. Amazing to meet Gary Gough. I've been an admirer for his channel for absolutely ages, way before I came on YouTube. So yeah, really, really awesome to meet you, mate. Thanks for coming down to South Wales. Yes, we started off sunrise in Cardigan area on the coast, West Wales. Bless him, his 4-hour drive down from North Wales last night. Still up for 6 o'clock, naff sunrise, but it was still a good morning. And then what we decided to do, because it started raining, is head over to Cardiff, do a bit of street photography. Really, really enjoyed it. It was great to meet, great to do a bit of street photography with Gary, with a lot more experience than me, see how he shoots, see how he approaches the situation. Obviously, it was a bit of a shame when we got confronted by the security. I wouldn't say he was rude, but he didn't come across as perhaps as friendly as he should have done. So that was a bit of a shame. Did put a dampener on it for a little bit, but yeah, we got over that. But really, really good. I mean, it's always a struggle for me shooting in my home city of Cardiff, because you see it so often and you don't see it quite in the same way as if I was excited like I went to London or went to Manchester or Liverpool or somewhere new. So yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking shooting Cardiff, but I think with the right light and with because I like shooting in bright contrast, and when I found nice shapes, nice shadows with the light, I don't suppose ultimately it mattered where I was in the world, really, because all you're doing is you're looking for nice shadows, nice contrast, nice light, and I found nice textures all over the place. Unfortunately, the light didn't hang around too long, and then it came back out again towards the end. So we had a few opportunities, but yeah, I think I got some good shots. I didn't get on particularly well with shooting f11 or f8 pre-focused at 2 meters or 3 meters. I think it's mainly because the way I shoot, I don't tend to have the camera here waiting for somebody looking around, just waiting for somebody to come sort of within a couple of meters from the camera. I'm normally shooting a scene from a bit of a distance, so 1 or 2 images I think come out a bit soft, sharp enough to sort of show you guys, but I think if I was to print them, I think they would be too soft. So definitely for the way I shoot, I think back button focusing just on the point that I want, perhaps then using the manual focus ring just to pull the focus back once I've pre-focused on the wall or something, but then just using the hyperfocal distance of that area is probably better for me than the way I shoot. But it was worth a try, give it a go, and I think if I ever did the candid snapshot in your face style photographs again, I'd probably give it a go for that, because it did really work well as far as every other setting, like 500th of a second worked really well, so I enjoyed that. I didn't mention, I've actually been given by one of my subscribers, Ian. Thank you so much, Ian, for sending me this. This is a square hood for the Fujifilm X100F. I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. It sits on the camera perfectly. It's tiny, and it means I can still get the camera in my pocket, so it doesn't really stick out too much. Obviously, stops any light getting in, but it stops me. Before I had this on, I actually cut my finger on the lens a few times. I don't know how, but I managed to do that. But it stops me obviously banging the lens, stops the light getting into the lens, and looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm really pleased with that. If you want to pick up a square hood, I've put a link in the description. So hop over there and tell them you seen my video. I'm sure they'll look after you. I've also tried. A few of you recommended using the thumb grip on the back of the camera. I love it. It does add a lot more grip to the camera, but that bit there I think I need to file down because it kind of sticks in my eye a little bit there. And also I think I might file that top bit there as well, because then that would give me a lot more room then to move the shutter speed wheel. But no, really enjoyed today. It's been amazing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've got a few photographs I can't wait to get back and have a look at. You'll have already seen them by now, but yeah, really enjoyed it. So if you haven't already, I'm sure most of you will have been familiar with Gary's channel, but jump over and say hello to Gary, tell him I sent you, and please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate everybody's support, and hitting 10,000 subscribers is just amazing. I'm really pleased, and so many of you like my videos, especially my street photography videos. So I'll try and do an editing. I'll choose a few photographs and collectively edit a few of my black and whites as well, because I know a lot of you are screaming for my editing videos. So yeah, hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.